Gentlemen, be honest with me for a moment. When's the last time foreplay actually felt natural, not like a chore you have to get through before the main event? If you're like most men over 60, you've probably settled into a routine. Maybe you go down on her. Maybe you give her a massage. Maybe you spend time with gentle touches, hoping something clicks. And yet, she's not quite there, not fully aroused, not as responsive as you want her to be. So you wonder, is it me? Is it her? Is it just age? I'm Dr. Julia Rhodes, and as a men's sex therapist who's worked with thousands of couples, I can tell you this. The problem isn't your effort, it's your approach. Today, I'm showing you the most effective foreplay technique that works reliably for any woman, including women over 50 who've become harder to arouse. Forget complicated techniques and trick lists. This is one simple method that awakens her body faster and more deeply than anything else. And the best part? You'll actually enjoy it. You won't view foreplay as something to endure anymore. Before we get into the technique itself, you need to understand why what you're doing now isn't working. Because once you see what's missing, the solution becomes obvious. Most men do one of four things during foreplay, and while none of them are wrong, they're all incomplete. The first mistake is going straight for oral. Now, don't get me wrong, oral is wonderful. But oral sex is called oral sex, not oral foreplay. Anything in the genitals for a woman is already sex, which means she needs to be aroused first to actually feel pleasure there. Without proper arousal beforehand, she's either stressed or just not feeling as much as she could. At best, oral works as a late-stage bridge to penetration, not as the main arousal tool. The second mistake is sensual touching of the body. Nice, but too mild. Singular touches, running your hand down her arm, stroking her back, won't give her the powerful arousal she actually needs. Most men's sexual touch is either too weak, like wishy-washy brushing, or too hard, like awkward grabbing. Neither does much for her. The third mistake is massage, and I know this will surprise some of you, but massage is a relaxation technique, not an arousal technique. Yes, it helps her relax, which indirectly helps arousal because she's not stressed about you rushing to penetration. But as an actual arousal method, it's weak, and it takes too long to feel natural during real intimacy. The fourth mistake is mental stimulation. Talking, fantasies, describing what you're going to do to her. Sounds good in theory, but it's wildly inconsistent. You're constantly searching for new things to say. Half the time, she's already in her head, and you're just driving her deeper into overthinking. Worse, the connection from mental arousal to her body is often poor. She might feel turned on mentally, but still surprised by how little she's feeling physically. So if none of those work reliably, what does? Let me introduce you to what I call full body flow. And once you understand it, you'll wonder why no one taught you this decades ago. Full body flow means you get close to her with your entire body. Your chest, your stomach, your arms, your hands, everything is in contact with her. Your face and mouth are always on her, and you move over her body, flowing across her curves, her skin, all the places you find sexy. You're not running through steps. You're lost in her, savoring every curve, drowning in the weight and warmth of her body against yours. Your hands are always on her, giving real sexual touch. Your face is always caressing and kissing her. You're holding her, but it's a moving, flowing hold, not static, not robotic. This works faster, more reliably, and more powerfully than any other method. And I will explain why. First, there's massive contact. It's like one huge hand all over her body at once. Massive amounts of sensation flowing into her simultaneously. Touch with just your hands gives you only 2% of that at a time. Second, when you flow over her curves, enjoying her body, she feels sexy. She feels desired. That alone is a massive turn on for women. Third, because of the super close contact, there's intimacy and closeness. Her body feels loved at the same time it's receiving intensely sexual sensations. That's the magical cocktail, love and lust together. Fourth, she feels genuinely handled in your masculinity the way she craves. That's deeply arousing for her. Fifth, you're awakening her actual body directly, not relying on mental tricks. That real aliveness in her body facilitates genital sensation and orgasms later. And sixth, this might be the most important, she feels you enjoying her body. You're not doing a chore. You're not performing a duty. She can sense you're genuinely in it with her. Women don't want to feel like work. They want to feel you present and turned on by them. No other arousal method combines all these components at once. That's what makes it so powerful. Now, you might be thinking, is that it? Just flow over her body? In a way, yes. But let's be aware of the mastery underneath simplicity. This technique actually combines multiple skills. You need effective sexual touch with your hands, not too soft, not too rough. You need erotic kissing on her body, not annoying pecks, but real mouth contact. You need knowledge of her breasts and nipples because they'll be involved constantly in that flow. You need awareness of erogenous zones on her curves and how to move through them for maximum sensation. Even your whole body contact, how you hold her, how you move, is a skill that requires the right pace, the right strength, intelligent movement that doesn't feel clunky or awkward. So you're actually using premium sexual techniques for arousal. The difference is you're not using them one by one, which makes them weak. You're using them all at the same time in one powerful combination. And once you get the hang of it, this can take just a few minutes. I've worked with women who never enjoyed sex much, and this opened everything for them. I've worked with women who needed long, intricate foreplay routines, and they were able to shorten it dramatically. Now, I won't mislead you. No foreplay technique works if it's the wrong time for her, if she's shut down, stressed, or you're in conflict. But in normal circumstances, you won't find anything more powerful or reliable. You just need to calibrate it to the woman. Some women need it stronger, faster, more passionate, maybe even a bit grabby. Others need gentle, progressive buildup that's deeply loving. Many need both versions on different days. The technique at the core stays the same. You're just adjusting the settings. And this technique is incredibly flexible. You can do it in different positions, on top of her from the front, from behind while she's lying down, on your sides holding each other, standing for spontaneous intimacy, even spooning. Each position gives a different experience. You can use one position for the whole session or flow through several in one encounter. You can vary the intensity, slower pace for deeper intimacy, more strength and passion when she's in a different mood. The beauty is variety without having to learn entirely new techniques. You're using the same foundation with endless variation built in. I covered the deeper mechanics of this in last week's newsletter, including specific movement patterns, timing strategies, and how to read her body's signals during full body flow. If you're not subscribed, links in the description, so listen closely. If you've been viewing foreplay as something you have to get through, this changes everything. You're not performing a duty. You're genuinely enjoying her body with everything you've got. And when she feels that, when she feels you fully present, Fully engaged, fully turned on by her, her arousal becomes effortless. That arousal defines the quality of her entire sexual experience. It determines her responsiveness, her orgasms, and how often she'll crave intimacy with you. Gentlemen, you're not too old to master this. Your maturity is actually your advantage. Younger men rush through foreplay because they don't understand its power. But you have the patience, the presence, and the wisdom to do this right. So which position are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments. And if you want the complete guide to mature intimacy, including advanced touch techniques, positioning secrets, and strategies I can't share on YouTube, join my free newsletter. Every week, real strategies that actually work for men over 60. Links in the description. Remember, she doesn't need tricks. She needs your full presence, your genuine desire, and your entire body showing her she's cherished. That's what full body flow gives you. I'm Dr. Julia Rhodes, and I'll see you in the next one.